Yeah, students, when I was explaining the condition for destructive interference, a slight mistake I made. Please correct it. I was explaining this darker fringes, path difference, we have already said. The condition for destructive interference is 2n minus 1, 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. That is xd by capital D is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by 2. Or x is equal to 2n minus 1 lambda by d, lambda d capital D divided by 2d. But now here the mistake I made. In place of 1, I took 2. And also in place of 2, I took 3. If you take n is equal to 1, x is equal to x1, then the value of x1 is equal to 1 lambda capital D divided by 2d, not 3. Okay? If you take 2, then x2 will become is equal to 3 lambda capital D divided by small d. Then beta is equal to x2 minus x1 is equal to 3 lambda capital D divided by 2d minus 1 lambda capital D divided by small d. You will get the same result only, but this mistake we made. So in place of 1 I took 2, and also in place of 2 I took 3. So please correct this mistake. Now we are coming to electrostatics, applications of Gauss theorem going on. Yesterday we have explained the intensity of electric field due to a infinitely thin sheet of charge. We have proved that is equal to E is equal to, at any distance away from that, capital E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0 we have proved. And also we have said the intensity of electric field due to a thin sheet of charge, any distance away from it, the intensity of electric field is sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Do you remember that relation? Once again I speak, the intensity of electric field due to a thin sheet, sometimes called as infinite thin sheet, means very very thin sheet of charge. That means both sides of the sheet the same charge will be there. Then at any distance away from this thin sheet of charge, the intensity of electric field is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Today I am going to explain you when two thin sheets are kept parallel to each other, and also if you fix the three regions, one region is region number 1, other region is region number 2, other region is region number 3, then at these points 1, 2 and 3, what are the values of intensity of electric field? So you have to remember only one thing mainly, what is that? Intensity of electric field due to any thin sheet of charge at any distance away from that is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Here the figure shows two thin sheets. This is charged positively, this also charged positively. Here the surface charge density is sigma A, positive charge. Here the surface charge density is sigma B. So we wish to calculate the intensity of electric field at the region 1. That means E1 we have to calculate. In an electric field, to find the intensity of electric field, what we will do? We will place a unit positive charge at that point. A unit positive charge is placed here. Due to this sheet, the force acting on unit positive charge, that means intensity of electric field at this point due to the first sheet is EA. E is equal to minus sigma divided by 2 epsilon. So minus B because this side direction is taken as negative and that side direction is taken as positive. And also the intensity of electric field at region number 1 due to this sheet is equal to minus sigma B divided by 2 epsilon 0 because the intensity of electric field is not depending on distance. Am I correct? So E1 is equal to minus sigma A by 2 epsilon 0 plus minus sigma B divided by 2 epsilon 0. That is equal to minus 1 by 2 epsilon 0 into sigma A plus sigma B. If sigma A is equal to sigma B is equal to plus sigma, then E1 is equal to simply minus sigma by epsilon 0. So very important result. Alright, two cases explained. Now E2, we are coming to the region number 2. At region number 2, to find the intensity of electric field, what we will do? We will place a unit positive charge. Force acting on unit positive charge is called intensity. And this is EA and this is EB. E is equal to plus sigma A by 2 epsilon 0. And this is EB. EB is equal to minus sigma divided by 2 epsilon 0. Am I correct? So we are getting E2 is equal to sigma A by 2 epsilon 0 plus minus sigma B by 2 epsilon 0. If sigma A is equal to sigma B is equal to plus sigma, then E2 is equal to 0. Okay? Then E3 means the position 3, region number 3, what is the intensity of electric field at this point 3 due to both these thin sheet of charges? That's the question now. E3 is equal to, here also will place a unit positive charge. The force acting on unit positive charge is called intensity. At this position the intensity is E3 because position 3. Intensity of electric at this point due to the first sheet is EA and the second sheet is EB. Now EA is equal to sigma A by 2 epsilon 0 plus and EB is equal to sigma B divided by 2 epsilon 0. That also positive. Why positive? Because in the right hand direction is taken as positive and left hand direction is taken as negative. In all, E3 is equal to sigma A by 2 epsilon 0 plus sigma B by 2 epsilon 0 is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon 0 into sigma A plus sigma B. If sigma A is equal to sigma B is equal to sigma, then E3 is equal to plus sigma by epsilon 0. Apply cases by yourself, keeping this point in the mind. If sigma A is equal to plus sigma and sigma B is equal to minus sigma. This is a homework for you. Now the coming chapter is capacitance. Before learning capacitance, please learn the flowing conditions. These conditions are very important. We have to use in this topic. First condition is net electric field inside a conductor is equal to 0. That is shown here. A conductor, a total conductor is kept inside a uniform electric field. When a conductor is kept in a uniform electric field, conductor has free charges, electrons and positive charges are there. So the positive charge will move in the direction of the electric field and negative charge will move in the direction opposite the electric field. Please mark when you write the notes, these are a round mark with a negative sign because this being much darkened, so it is not legible. So these are round marks with a negative sign you will write. So what is happening here? A total conductor is placed in an external electric field due to charge distribution. Negative charge will move in a direction opposite to the electric field, while positive charge will move in the direction of the electric field. So inside the conductor, the charges will not be present. I mean, here the charges will not be present inside the conductor when it is kept inside the external electric field. So this is actually, hence we can say that the intensity of electric field inside a charged conductor or when it is placed in an electric field, the intensity of electric field inside a conductor is equal to 0. So a conductor when it is placed in an external field, the intensity of electric field inside the conductor is equal to 0. Actually, in this lines of force will not pass through a conductor. This is lines of force should not pass through that. So this is to show you just as a example I said, but lines of force will not be present inside the conductor. Why lines of force does not find? Because charges distribution, intensity of electric will be equal to 0 inside. Hence, no line of force will present inside the conductor. Okay? Net charge inside a conductor is always equal to 0. This point is also you have to remember. Because charge means only on the surface of a conductor. And always remember that for a charged conductor, electric field lines are perpendicular to the surface of the conductor. That is also very important. Field lines are perpendicular to the surface of a charged conductor. Then fourth point is magnitude of the electric field just outside a charged body. Yesterday also we have said any charged body, suppose Earth is a charged body. Earth contains large number of charges in it. What is the intensity of electric field just above the surface of the Earth? For any body, any charged body, just above the surface of the body, the intensity of electric field is given by sigma by epsilon 0. We have explained, while I was explaining you the intensity due to a spherical shell. Yesterday we have explained that. Okay, so this is a very important point. What is that? Intensity of electric field on the surface or just outside the surface is always equal to sigma by epsilon 0. What is sigma? Surface charge density. Epsilon 0, everybody knows. Okay, another point I have to say is this one. Inside or outside a charged body, the potential is always same. Potential is always same. We can explain that also. We have already said this relation when we were discussing equivalent surface. We got a very important relation, that is E is equal to minus dV by dr. Inside a conductor, E is equal to 0. Inside a conductor, E is equal to 0. Therefore, dV by dr is equal to 0. dV by dr equals 0 means V is equal to a derivative d by dr of V is equal to 0. Therefore, V is equal to a constant. So, we want to protect, another point what I tell you is that if you want to protect anything from an external electric field, vulnerable objects which affect electric fields, if that has to be protected from external fields, external strong fields, what we do? We have to keep those objects inside a metallic cage. Suppose that a strong electric field is acting on the metallic cage, then the charge will remain only on the surface. Inside the conductor cage, the cage made of conductor, no electric field will there. The object kept inside will be always safe. And such cages are called Faraday cages. So this is also called as electrostatic shielding. Electrostatic shielding means when an object is very vulnerable, that has to be protected from external electric field. What do you have to do? You have to keep that object inside a metallic cage. So when the metallic cage, if it accidentally comes under the electric field, under an external electric field, the charge, the body gets charged, but the charge will remain only on the surface, but no charge will be inside the cage. Therefore, there will not be any electric field, and the object kept inside will be very, very safe. That is why we say that when lightning and thunder takes place, it is better to sit inside our houses or sit inside a closed car. Car is a metallic body. If lightning stroke falls on that car's body, the body gets charged from outside. Very point uniformly charge will be there, but inside the car no charge will be there. You will be safe. So you should not stand underneath the tree when there is thunder and lightning takes place. But better you sit inside a car, in a closed car you can sit, and you will not be affected with the external electric field. This is called electrostatic shielding. And further, next, the other class we will go on with capacitance.